We're in this mess because society has lost sight of what's most important. What matters most to me is my faith and my family. And I know I'm not the only one who believes that way. So we're joining together as God-fearing men and women to take the light into the darkness.
So we got some great cameramen who film for us here at Final Descent Outdoors, but the thing about being a cameraman is sometimes that means you don't get to do a whole lot of hunting, but on occasion that camera guy gets to climb into the hunting stand, switch places, and gets an opportunity to hunt. Pro staffer Justin James was kind enough to hop behind the camera and switch places with his cameraman Trent this past year, hoping Trent could take advantage of a rare opportunity to hunt.
September 29th, second day of bow season here in the Texas Panhandle. We messed around, lucked out, got a good southeast wind at our good bow spot. We've got a couple of trail camera pictures of really nice bucks in here. We'll get some deer moving here in the next hour or so and hopefully get a big one down. I just smoked a dang good 8-point. I mean, coming right on the string. He stood there 5 minutes, and I just never could get on. He finally quartered away, and I smashed him right there. He ran 40 yards and just stood there, and he just fell over and crashed right there.
Got him right there, boy. We've got one buck deer we call Hook. That, I mean, he's the main guy we're after. But this dude right here snuck in on us this evening. We just couldn't pass him up. And I tell you what, I am just tickled to death with him.
You know, a lot of our guys don't have the luxury of having a cameraman following them around every day when they go into the woods, so it forces a lot of them to make a decision. Do I not hunt, or do I try to self-film? And self-filming can be one of the hardest things that you can do. If you don't believe me, ask our pro staffer, Jeremy Rowland.
November 7th, it's 3:15. Completely set up. I'm hoping things are starting to happen today. I just shot a monster 9-pointer, I think. He didn't go 30 yards, drilled him. I am pumped! Look at this deer. I got kickers. Oh, that is a nice deer.
You see what I mean? There's times where it can work good, but then there's also times where it doesn't work well, like it did here with Jeremy. Now, did Jeremy get some really good footage? Yes. Did Jeremy kill a really big buck? Yes. Did he get the buck down on camera? Unfortunately, no, he didn't, because when he drew back, he actually bumped the camera arm with his elbow. He didn't know that it happened and missed out on getting that buck on camera. So most of the time, self-filming is at best a 50-50 shot, and we're going for great footage, not just good footage. Now, it didn't work out well for Jeremy, but earlier in the year, you were able to see our good friend Shiloh Butts go out on a self-filmed rifle hunt, and he actually did a really good job.
Can you imagine going back and forth between a gun and a camera? Not only do you actually have to make a good shot on the animal, but you also have to make sure that the animal's in the frame of the camera. Effectively, you're pointing two scopes at once with one set of eyes. So most of the time, self-filming just requires a little bit of good fortune.
Get emails and messages every week from people wanting to know about possibly being on our staff or wanting to know more about filming their hunts. And once again, without a cameraman, it's really a 50-50 shot at being able to get good footage trying to self-film. But technology has come along so far, and that's where our sponsors at Real Cameras come into play. Now, Real cameras are small and compact, but they shoot 1080p footage. They have interchangeable lenses, so if you want to be able to zoom in and get a little bit of a tighter shot, you can do that by changing out the lenses. They also have easy-to-use buttons on top. There's no scrolling through a menu trying to find the right option. They also come with a cool LED light that's built into it, but our favorite feature is the fact that on the back, they have a screen so you can actually see exactly what it is you're filming. You can attach them to your bow or to a gun, and they're going to allow you to go out and get some great footage. And the folks at Real Cameras want to help you get started. You can go to their website, realcameras.com, and enter in promo code FDO20 to get 20% off the new HD Slayer camera. Well, that's a great deal you just can't beat. People don't have any idea the amount of work that goes into pulling off an outdoor television show. In this episode, we're going to try to give you guys a little bit of a behind-the-scenes tour, just giving you a little taste about how we pull all of this off and bring Final Descent Outdoors to you. So part of my job is to take all this footage that comes in and I narrow it down to a more manageable amount. For instance, episode 10, we had some guys go hunt with TC Outdoor Adventures in Sonora, Texas. They came back with 10 hours of footage. We got to make a 30-minute show, so I go in, take that video down to a more manageable amount, and then we send it on down the road to our producer, Adam Carter.
My name's Adam Carter, and I'm producing Season 4 of Final Descent Outdoors. I've been in the film industry for a while, and I actually come from a film world more than I do a TV world. And I actually got to produce my first feature film in 2012 called Hollis. Brad actually had a small role in that film as a pastor.
Small role? I believe I'm the backbone of the film. I mean, I'm in it for like 4 minutes, I get it. And without me, well, there really is no film.
When Brad asked me to come on for season 4, it seemed like a perfect fit. I was the kid when I went to this leadership church camp that in my small group we'd go around and these leadership kids would say all what they feel like God's calling them to do. And it would go around the circle and it'd be like, I feel called to go to Africa. I feel called to go to Africa. All these places, and it would get around to me and I'd say, I just want to make movies for Jesus. And so when Brad asked me to come on, it just seemed like a perfect fit because it meets that mission statement for my life. There is actually a ton of stuff that just goes into making this show. I mean, you have the videoing that goes on during the hunting season.
Capturing the footage, getting it ready to go.
The prep work when the footage gets sent in.
There's the scripting.
The actual editing.
Interviews.
Commercial logs.
Segment logs.
Uploading content to the sponsors.
Sponsor segments.
And on and on and on.
Each episode actually has probably close to 100 hours in it from the moment we get the footage in all the way through when we send it off to the network.
Camera stabilization is a huge part of the film and video world. I mean, usually we use something like this, just your standard old tripod. 3 legs, fluid head, keeps the camera nice and steady. But when you're 35 feet up in a tree, doesn't do you much good. That's why we're really proud to be partnered with this company, Viper Tree Arms. They make a really great product, really solid arm with big teeth that dig into the tree, a nice leveling arm so you can make sure you get that shot just perfect. And this thing can hold a ton of weight, which means that no matter what position you're in your tree, you won't fall out. And more importantly, your camera won't fall off. Now, sound is a huge part of video production. Typically, people will watch a video, and if the video is not very good, they tend to forgive it. But when the sound is bad, all you can think about is, man, this sounds terrible. Even if it's the best video that you've ever seen, if the sound's bad, it just ain't happening.
So with sound being such a huge part of production, we use shotgun mics and lav mics. We're based here in Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. So we also use a windscreen like this on our shotgun mics, on our lapel mics to be able to keep the wind from interfering with our audio, so we're able to get the absolute best sound that we can when we're in the field.
What about Norm?
I don't really want to talk about Norm right now.
Today's episode, God bless you, we'll see you next
We got Norm's cables in the shot.
Unbelievable, Norm.
This is like the 3rd time today, dude.
The guy comes to us, he needs a job, and he just continues to let us down.
I mean, the faster we get done, the faster we can get something to drink. You're killing me, dude. You got one job, Norm. One job.
Okay, you know, you can be a sound guy, you just stand there, and he screws it up.
Oh, it's a stare off? I'm good at that. I'm great at it. Let's go.
You know, how many times has he messed it up? Between us, I just don't know if we can, you know.
Apparently, this is all your show, buddy.
I mean, how long do we keep him around, you know?
Final Descent Outdoors, hosted by Norm.
Ever since I've been helping Brad, one of the hardest things we found to do in this business is find a cameraman to help you. I was really fortunate to come along a good buddy down close where I live now by the name of Johnny Maxwell. He's a great guy, has great access, has great property to hunt on, and on top of that, he's always willing to help a guy out. He filmed me numerous occasions last year on the best buck I harvested with the bow, and I'm just anxious to get behind the camera and try to help him out as well. First day of rifle season, Oklahoma, 2013. We moved in here, one of our honey holes, looking for a buck we call Bucky. We expect him to come out of this grass over here, out of this bedding area. Should come right across in front of us. If things work out the way they should, it should happen. Too much brush in between us.
Just wait. He's okay. He's not going anywhere. Just wait. Give him a minute. I'll hit this rattleback, see if I can bring him out of that timber. He's got to be real close. He didn't go very far. He's not scared.
Get him, Jay. Hit him good. He's going to the right. He's going back left toward them trees. Watch him go on that timber. Dude, you hit him good. You hit him good. He's going down. He fell off that timber. My man. Good shot, brother. Well, we went back and reviewed the footage. It looked like we got him good. He didn't go straight down, but he cut, and then when he tailed off into that timber, he was struggling. We feel pretty good about it. I think we're going to ease down here to where he went in the timber, see if we can see some blood, and then back out and give him a little bit. That's heavy, heavy stuff that he went in. If we push him out of there, we'll never see him, dude, if he gets out of that stuff. Here we are, 2013 Maxwell Farms. My good buddy Johnny Maxwell lets us hunt down here. We hunt with him. We got to be good buddies the last 7 or 8 years. We enjoy hunting together. Do a great job. My buddy Ryan got a great buck last couple of weeks. I wasn't there to video it, but we're gonna stay after him. Johnny, good job, bro. Enjoyed it. Great job. Great buck. Tune in to more Find Us in Outdoors.
So much goes on behind the scenes to make a show. A lot of things that you maybe don't realize take place, or maybe you just take for granted because all you get to see is the final product. When I think back over this episode, I'm reminded of Psalm 139:13, which says to us that God knit us together while we were still in our mother's womb. You see, God has been working behind the scenes in your life from the very beginning. Most of the time, the behind-the-scene things gets either ignored or just forgotten about, and rarely are those behind the scenes ever really given credit. But without them, well, it just doesn't happen. In the same way, it's easy to not give God credit or praise when in fact He's been there the whole time behind the scenes. So our question today is, when was the last time you stopped and thanked God for what you have? When's the last time you stopped and thanked God for your family, your kids, your job, the freedom you have? The list goes on and on. So today, in midst of the crazy hustle and busyness of the world, we want to encourage you to stop, take a breath, and acknowledge God. You know, maybe for you it's been a while since you've talked to God. Maybe today you need to give credit to the one who's behind the scenes, to thank Him for all the things that He's blessed you with. If you have any spiritual questions or other questions about today's show, go to our website, shoot us an email, message us on Facebook. We'd love to help answer any questions we can. We hope you've enjoyed today's episode. God bless you. We'll see you next week.